going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Gonna give it a few moments before we get started. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. In this chat tonight, we're going to talk about taking your power back. Talking about situations where you have felt like you need to take your power back. Make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. All right. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to give it a few moments to see who joins us. Make sure you hit that like button, y'all. How's everybody doing? Welcome back. So I wanted to get on tonight, everybody. Well, this morning for a lot of you, and just basically talk about taking your power back from situations that maybe you felt powerless in. Okay, relationships, friendships, or any dynamics that you felt that you were powerless, or you felt like someone else had the upper hand. And what have you done to get your power back in that situation? Whether that was you walking away from it completely, you putting your foot down, putting your boundaries out there, or just avoiding the whole situation. Okay. So that's what we're talking about in this chat here. So if there's anything you would like to share, please feel free to put it in the chat. About a situation that maybe you felt like you had to take your power back in, or that you were successful in doing so. I would love to hear about it, okay? So take your time. I'm here whenever you're ready, okay? Hey, Freedom, what's going on? Thank you for joining. What's up, everybody? Let's go ahead, y'all. Let's talk about, basically when people try to come back into your life. Okay. Any of you have had situations where people have tried to come back in your life after you have had to walk away or you implemented a boundary? All right. Let's talk about that. So, the way that you get your power back from a situation like that where you feel wronged is not to match the energy of the person. You don't match the energy. Basically, you just remove your energy from the situation. All right? You don't have to match a person's energy to get your point across. If you really want to get your point across, walk away. Walk away. And this by far is not only going to get your point across, but it's going to put you in the driver's seat. Okay? It's going to put you in the driver's seat because it's going to show just how mature you are, just how much you love yourself. All right? It's going to really make that other person sit up and take notice. Because most times when people are coming in with low vibrational energy, they expect you to be low vibrational as well. Okay? They expect you to pop off. They expect you to act a certain way. Basically act like they're acting towards you. If this is a cheater, they expect you to cheat back. If this is somebody who's a liar, a manipulator, they expect you to do the same thing in return to match their energy. And when you choose the high road, when you choose to let go and really just let go of everything that came with it, okay? Then you realize, like, wait a minute, this is how I'm getting my power back. Wait a minute, I'm in control of this situation. You get what I'm saying? Hey, Empress, I'm sorry, in encompass, encompass, encompass tarot. Hello, Freedom. I'm doing well. Encompass says I have removed over 30 people in the last year. Wow, but they keep trying to pop back up. Had to move 7 hours away to get away and heal. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. You got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So, and I'm glad Encompass brought that up because it seems like when you let go is when people want to try to hold on. Isn't that something? When you let go, hey, Freedom, like playing tennis. If I keep the ball, they cannot hit back. That's true. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. That is true. If you keep the ball, they can't hit back. That is so true. Like the game of tennis. That's true. You keep your power. That's right, Encompass. Exactly, your best year ahead. I really like that. That is so true. That is so true. When you don't give people your power, when they no longer have that power where they can like manipulate you, make you feel bad about what you're doing. Oh my gosh, you're taking the high road. And most people don't take the high road. Most people do this, they retaliate, they go about things in a very unhealthy way. They want to try to get people to match their energy. Honestly, they want people to do what they're doing because it's toxic and they want to keep the toxicity at a high level. But I'm telling you, everybody, if you come in with a whole different way of carrying yourself and handling situations, you are going to feel more powerful. You are going to feel more in control of the situation and you're going to take your power back. Right? You're going to take your power back and you're going to gain that respect from that person. They may not have respected you the whole relationship or the whole friendship, right? but they gonna respect you when you walk away from the nonsense. Trust me. Because most people are not on the kind of time to walk away from conflict, to walk away from silly stuff. A lot of people want to go back and forth. You don't have to do that. Hey, Encompass, I just want to say healing and giving it to God was the best thing I have ever done, and just send people love to those people. That's right. Send love to them. Exactly. Thank you for that. Exactly. We got to send them love and light, because when you got somebody that's like, intentionally trying to hurt you, intentionally trying to hurt you, there's something wrong with that person. When you got people trying to turn people against you, there's something wrong with that person. And there's something wrong with the people that's turning against you too. They're sick. They're sick. Maybe not physically they're not sick, but they're spiritually sick, because no one should have that much control over another person to turn them, especially adults. Now, children are very impressionable, right? Or if you have someone that has some type of altered mental status or whatever, very impressionable. But I'm talking about healthy adults. There is no reason why anybody should listen to just one person and decide they want to turn against somebody else, unless something wrong with that person. They got to be something wrong with that person, and they got to be something wrong with the crowd. Get what I'm saying? So if you feel like that you're different, that's true. That's true. I love that. No, they are spiritually hurt. Yeah, spiritually wounded. Exactly. Because healthy people, spiritually healthy people don't go around, emotionally healthy people do not go around trying to make other people suffer, trying to make other people hurt. They don't do that. So when you got a situation where people are doing that, something is wrong with the person. You got to know that. And that's where we, as individuals, we have to be strong enough and intuitive enough to see that. To see that. And sometimes you got to take those few seconds right after an event happens, or whatever it is, a conflict or whatever, and you got to ask yourself in the few seconds, is this really worth my time? Hey, Star Lover, you got to ask yourself, is this really worth my time? Does this have more to do with this person than me? Get what I'm saying? It's just projection in the worst way. It is. It is. And a lot of times people get so upset when they cannot control you. They want to control how you move. They want to control how you do things, how you talk, your success, your blessings. And like I told you, if you have a person that is on that kind of time where they want to control any and every situation or anybody in their life, and they want things to happen on their timetable, that person got a problem. You have to rise above that. You have to know that you were not placed on this earth to live for somebody else. You were placed here to, conquer a mission. You got a mission. Each one of us, we had a mission. Got a mission here. So, and part of your mission is not to try to live under somebody else's umbrella. It's not. Hey, Freedom, most times it's a lesson for us to learn. Once we learn it, we move differently. Exactly. 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 Once we learn the lesson, we move differently. You should be stronger. You should be wiser. You should be more in tune with self. Therefore, when you're more in tune with self, you can understand others. You get what I'm saying? Hey, encompass. Loving yourself is the best gift you can give the world. That's true. That's true. Because when you love yourself, you're not going to want to go out here projecting and hurting folks. Hurt people hurt people. So when you don't love you, how can you have love for your fellow man or woman? How can you do it? You can't. But when you love you, you know how you want to be treated. Oh, you're not going to accept anything less. Not at all. You're not going to accept anything less when you love you. A lot of time people do not want to take the time to learn how to love themselves. They're too busy trying to love everybody else, but they don't want to take the time to learn how to love themselves. And that's the foundation. It's not about how much somebody else love you or how much somebody else care about you. How do you feel about yourself? Because the minute that you figure out how to love yourself, the moment that you get that, it puts you in a very powerful position. It puts you in a position that when you love you like that, you have empathy for others, you have compassion for others, but you also know, because you love yourself, what you're not going to tolerate. And get this, this is where it gets interesting. You know what you're not going to tolerate, and you also know what other people shouldn't tolerate from who? From you. It's a win-win. You learn your boundaries. You learn your own boundaries. And you learn the boundaries that other people may have. Hey, DP. Freedom says self-love, self-worth, and respect. Loving does not hurt. If it does, it's wrong. Yeah, if it's hurting, then that ain't love. That's either control or manipulation. Or just downright cruelty. Right, girl. Know your worth. That's when things really change in your life. Exactly. Encompass, yes. When you know your worth, people put that out there, but very few people really live it. You know, when you decide to do the work on yourself, I don't care what stage of life you're in. I don't care how old or how young you are. If you commit to working on yourself, I promise you are going to come out on the other end of that so strong. You're going to see a strength within your heart, within your spirit that you've never seen before. And it's going to trip you up, and it's going to trick other people around you. They're going to be tripped up like, what? Hey, King. They're going to be like, what? Pisces over here just strong. And they're going to be able to hear it in your voice and the way you carry yourself, y'all. When you take time to do the work on you, you put yourself in a powerful position. Powerful. When you love you, that's your most dangerous weapon. You feel me? These man-made items, yeah, they can hurt you. Man-made items such as guns and all these things, yeah, they can hurt you. Prayerfully, you don't have to use any of that stuff. But what I'm saying, in the spiritual world, in the spiritual realm, loving yourself, having accountability, that is oh my gosh, that should be your weapon of choice. Hey, King, discipline. Exactly. Encompass, you'll be able to take on any obstacle, period. Yes. And guess what? The more you love yourself, the more you pour into yourself. You're journaling. If you don't like to write a lot, you're recording your thoughts. You're getting it out of your system onto paper, onto audio. And you're going back and you're reading your journal. You're going back and you're listening to your audio of those days where you felt your lowest. So you're doing work on yourself every day. When you go back and you read some of your journal entries from months ago, weeks ago, I promise you, if you kept doing the work, you're not even on that same frequency as that time when you were journaling. You get what I'm saying? You give yourself 7 days just to lift your vibration, y'all. 7 days. 7 days to really do it and do it right. Write in that journal all 7 of those days and be trying to keep, during those days, you're trying to keep your frequency as high as possible. On that 7th day, you're going to feel different. You're going to feel different. And you're going to keep going. I think it's 3 weeks to change a habit. So if you decide to go 7 more days and 7 more days, each week you're going to feel different. You're going to feel stronger. You're going to feel empowered. You can't help but to, because when you write your thoughts out or when you record your thoughts or whatever it is, you get them out of the spirit. You get it out on paper. You cleanse yourself each time you do that. And if you go back and you listen and you go back and you read, you do even more introspection, because guess what? You're learning how to understand who better? You. That's the whole point of journaling. You may not always have a friend to talk to about what you got going on. Well, you got a friend in the Most High now, but I'm just saying, in the physical, you may not always have a friend you can talk to about stuff. But if you got your journal, if you have your recorder, you can get what's bothering you out. And get this, while you're doing that, and while you're trying to keep yourself positive all day, each day, I know it's hard, but keep yourself in a positive lane. If you are reading positive affirmations, if you are believing that you're going to have better, right? Believing, having faith. When you go back and you listen to those those journal entries, or you're reading them, you're going to do introspection, because these are your thoughts at some of your darkest times, some of your happiest times. And guess what you're going to do? You're going to start healing yourself, because you're understanding yourself more and more. You're getting to know how you think. You're getting to know what your triggers are. You're getting to know, how do you feel when you're at your lowest? How do you feel when you're at your highest? And you learn how to control your emotions better. That way, anything that you face, and we never know what it may be, right? We pray for the best, but we try to prepare for the worst. Anything that you may face, you have tools, because you've been working on yourself. I'm not saying you're not going to grieve, because grief is a whole different animal. I'm talking about everyday life, everyday challenges. You're going to know how to carry yourself. If you keep working on yourself and you get to know who you are, get to know, like me, I had to get to know who Empress was from the inside to the outside. I had to get to know the bad, the ugly, the great, the fantastic. I had to get to know all of that. Because who better to tell anybody about me but me? Nobody else can tell any, your parents know you, especially if they've been there all your life. But I'm saying, in all reality, who can tell you more about you than yourself? Except the Most High. That's it. Right? So when I got to know more and more, and I'm always on a journey, y'all. I don't know it all. I know a lot about what I know, but I don't know everything. Anybody that tell you they know everything, that person is lying. You know a lot about what you know. I'll tell anybody. I don't know anything. I don't know everything, but I know a lot about what I know. You see? So when you get to know yourself, and I've been on this journey here about 5 years, that's a long time. When you get to know yourself and when you feel better, even on your darkest days, you're going to have dark days. You're going to work on yourself and you're going to be dotting every I, crossing every T, and then boom, test after test after test. It's like when you're trying to elevate your vibration, you're going to get tested. Boom, 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 boom. But that's when you got to go into your little spiritual tool belt. You got to go into your spiritual tool belt and you got to pull out the tools so you can work on these problems. Patience need to be one of your tools. Self-control need to be one of your tools. Positivity need to be one of your tools. And you got to know when you facing a storm or you facing a situation, how to pull out that spiritual tool belt. And what tools to pull out to use. You know? You got to know that. You got to know how to do that. And let me tell you something. When you do that work on yourself, that's how I'm able to get up here, y'all. I'm live. This is not a pre-recorded message. This is how I'm able to get up here and talk to y'all like I do. You know, I can do this because of what I've been through, because of where I've been. And I want what's best for all of you. I had to have people to help me through my darkest times. And now I'm being of service to others because I know what it's like. I've been in the trenches. I know what it's like to feel like you can't get it right in relationships. You can't get it right in families. You can't get it right at work. You can't get it right with other people. I know how that feels. I know what y'all go through. I feel y'all. When I do the readings, I feel everything that's coming through. I feel it because I've been there. I've lived it. If I'm not living it now. But I've worked on myself so much that, you know, I can face just about anything. But I had to get there. And anybody will tell you that I am not the same. I am not the same person that I was a year ago, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many. I'm not the same version. And you shouldn't feel like you're the same either. And especially with you embarking on this journey. You know, I used to have a person that I was talking to, trying to help her on her journey. This chick was taking what I was saying and using it to speak to other people. Why? And not giving me any credit for what I said. Try to make it seem like they were her words. Which that was okay if she got a message across, but it wasn't from the heart. It wasn't from the heart. You get what I'm saying? So those people who she was talking to, they probably felt like, oh man, she's so knowledgeable, it's profound, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So what I do, I got quiet. I said, okay, I need to quit dropping my gems like that. Because she hasn't done the work enough to be able to take my gem and be thinking that she can disperse it out, and she's not living it. So I had to be quiet. I had to monitor what I was saying. You know, hey, your Empress. Yeah. Yeah, so be careful of that. Be careful of that. A lot of people, when you embark on this journey and you coming off so strong and level-headed, you're going to have a lot of people that want to bite off your sandwich. They're going to want to bite off your sandwich. They're going to have the light that you have, but they don't want to put the work in. And it's work. It's work. Sometimes it can be a lot of late nights and early mornings, but it's work. But I promise you, you're going to be stronger. You're going to be wiser. You're going to love yourself more. I smile more now than I ever have in my whole life. In my whole life, I smile more because I've removed toxicity. I've removed the chaos. I've said no to toxicity. And now guess what? People trying to come back around. Oh, can we be like how we used to be? No, we can't. You want to know why? Because I'm not who I used to be. You might still be who you are, but I'm not the same. You can't work on your elevation and come out the same. If you work on your elevation and you come out the same, something you didn't do right. Because you should be a tad bit different. And you got to remember, people want to go back. If you listen to them, can't we go back to how we were? If you agree to that, what they want you to do, they want you to go back to the time when you didn't know yourself. That's right, DP. They want you to go back. They want you to go back to the version that they remember you. They think they may want to be on this journey with you, but they don't know you like that. Can we go back? Can't we just go back to talking like we used to? No. Because I do more reading and writing now. I don't do a lot of talking. I'm on meditation. I meditate. Do you meditate? They look at you like, what? You meditate? What is this? I promise you, they don't get it. I meditate. I read. I'm listening to things to help improve my self-worth even more each day. Help me to elevate my vibration. Do you know anything about that? And they looking at you crazy. Because no, they have not done the work. They just want you back because here you are, this light. Oh my God, you're shining so bright. Because you've been working your butt off to get here. And they want to be a part of that. Shine some of that light on me, Pisces. Oh my God. Or any other sign. Any other sign. Pisces, Capricorn, Scorpio, any of y'all. Shine some of that light on me. That's why they want you. Look, can we just go back how we used to be? No. No. Hey, King, I know I love to hear you always spiritually. How it helps me stay strong through the storm. Thank you. My pleasure, King. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. They want to be the reason. Boom. Encompass, yes. They want to be the reason that you feeling good. They want to be the reason that your life is better. And they can't handle when they're not the reason. When you choose the Most High as the reason, y'all don't hear me today. When you choose the Most High as the reason, when you choose the divine to be your reason for feeling better, for doing better, these selfish energies, these low vibe people, they don't know what to do with that. You taking your power back out of any situation that you went through with these folks. Because you trusted, you had faith, you kept walking no matter what, no matter how hard it was, you kept going. And because they don't have a significant part in your elevation, they want to come back in and, just to get a piece of whatever they feel like you got going on. They just want to get a little piece, a little smidgen. But you're better than how they left you. And a lot of times there's no room for them. There's no room for them. You're like this. There's no room for you at this table. But I can make you a to-go plate I'm not going to leave you empty handed. And what I mean by to go play is you might give them some encouragement. You may give them an affirmation. There's no room for you at this table, love, but hey, I can give you a to go plate and a drink to go with it. On me. It's free. Let me give you a little bit of uplifting and some encouragement, but you can't sit at this table right here. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have boundaries. You gotta have boundaries. If you have been through situations, and I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this, if you have been through situations where you kept going back, no matter how bad it was, you kept right on going back to that man, to that woman, and you knew they were no good for you. When did that person start really respecting you the most? Put in the comments. Tell me, when you kept going back to those people over and over again, when did those people really, really see your value? I'm gonna see if anybody else got this one, because this I wonder now. It's gonna tell me what y'all been doing. When did they see your value? I'm gonna see if anybody gonna put it in the comments. Each time you go back to a lover or a friend that have done you dirty, when do they actually see your worth? Let me see if anybody get it. I'm gonna see if anybody get it. I don't see it yet. Star lover, star lover, star lover, star lover's on it. Star lover is on it. Almost encompass, almost. Star lover is on it. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna see anybody else. When you keep going back to a situation, no matter how bad it is, when does that person really see your worth and your value? Encompass, you're right there with star lover. Yeah. Let me help y'all out. They normally start seeing your value when you shut it down altogether. You stop taking them back. You stop dealing with them. You say enough is enough. If you got kids by the person, it's strictly for the kids. That's it. There you go, Tavaro. When you let it go completely. I'm talking no do-overs. No, hey, can we kick it? No, hey, big head, I haven't heard from you in a long time. No, can we do Netflix and chill? Can we go get something to eat? You cut all that off. All of it. Can we go get our nails done if it's a friend? Yo, man, can we go to the bar? When you cut all that crap out and those things that you used to do with that person, you start doing for yourself, by yourself, because you love yourself enough to say, hey, if I want to go out to eat, I can take my own self out to eat. I don't have to go and hang with somebody that don't see my worth. Because when you start doing things because you want to do them, eventually you're going to pull in energy that appreciate you. But you got to cut these folks off. And when you do, that's when they get it. I don't care how many times you taking them back. When you decide, you got to decide now. When you cut them off, that's when they see it. That's when they get it. Not a moment sooner. They ain't gonna get it if you still answering the phone, if you still hanging out with them, you still sleeping with them, you still chilling. They ain't getting nothing. No. They not gonna get it because, oh, they see you with another man, another woman, and they got somebody. No. They're not that's not it. Scarcity creates curiosity. So when you become scarce, just like, just think about anything that has become scarce, you wonder about it all the time. I wonder where such and such is. God, I haven't seen her in so long. Oh, I wonder yeah. Scarcity creates curiosity. Scarcity creates attraction. If you are always around, nothing changes about your routine. You still taking their disrespect. You still taking their lies. You still taking their chin. They're not learning anything. These type of people learn by your absence. And that's how you take your power back. I don't care what they did to you. The moment that you decide not to play the game anymore, and you say, I'm through with this, I'm done with this, you take your power back. That's how you do it. Shut it down. Once you get your power back, don't give it back out. That's the key too. When you get your power back, don't give it back out. They have not changed, ladies and gentlemen. It takes a long time to change. People not going to change just because you got away from them. They just go say what they can say what they need to say to get you back. They have not changed. That's right, Encompass. You got to cut off for a minute. You got to give so they can feel it. They got to feel your absence. That's the only way you go get this respect that y'all want. You can't stick around. Oh, I hope he get it. I hope he make his mind up. I hope she understand what she missed out on. She or he not gonna get that if you still around. Why do they need to go through the agony of missing you? How can they and you still there? Think about it. How can they miss? You can't miss something that's still there. So you gotta be willing to let go. Work on yourself. That's letting go is taking your power back. Anytime you let go of anything that's toxic, y'all, you taking your power back every time. That's true, Encompass. A lot of people, like Encompass says, you have to be comfortable with your alone time. Absolutely. A lot of people are not comfortable being alone. But you have to get comfortable being alone because you came into this world alone. And as far as we know, you're going to leave here alone. And that is dark. It may be morbid to think about it that way, but it's true. Even twins, triplets, quadruplets, they cannot all come out at the same time. They have to come out one by one, even after sharing that space in the womb. They have to come out one by one. Now, we're not supposed to be alone, but if you work on yourself to be the best single version of you, or to be the best friendless, if you don't have friends like that, to be the best version of you without these things, when these friendships or relationships show up in your life, because they will, you're going to be such a valuable asset. Oh my gosh. People going to be craving your energy because you're so strong. You're not codependent. You know when to walk away. And that's what's going to make the person that you're supposed to be with, the friends you're supposed to have, going to love you so much more. Because you love you. And they're going to be like, oh my God, this is a woman or a man that loves themselves. I got to be on that team. They love themselves so much. There must be something great going on because they love there a long time. They don't have to have a lot of friends. They don't have to have a lot of women, a lot of men. They're good by themselves. They might hang out here and there, but they're not dependent on validation. They're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. They're not doing all this stuff. They're just them. How many of you have met people that are just authentically them? And that's a vibration that you'll never forget. That's what you should aspire to be like. Be like nobody else. Be you, because you're not like everybody else and you're not for everybody. And that's okay. That very person that rejected you, left you behind, or whatever they did, take your power back from that situation. Level up in your own way. Become the best version of you that you ever could become. Become the best version of you. I promise you. You're going to feel better about you, and you're going to have so much respect from other people. Because people can tell when you love yourself. They can tell by the way you talk. They can tell by the way you walk, the way you carry yourself, the way you handle situations. People know when you love you. That's why people handle you different. A lot of people say, oh my God, why do they do that to you? Don't do that to me. Well, a lot of times it's stuff that people sense about you. People can tell when you love yourself. I'm going to give an example. You have an overweight person and you have a skinny person, an athletic person. You would think that athletic person or slimmer person would have high confidence. Sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes that heavier person has higher confidence than the athletic one. That heavier person already has learned how to love themselves. So if they decide to lose weight, they're going to love that heavy version of them. They're going to love that slimmer version of them. If they decide to stay the same, they're still going to love them. They're loving themselves from the inside out. And that's the advantage that they have sometimes over somebody that's slimmer. You know? That's not every big person. That's not every skinny person. Just giving an example. It could be vice versa as well. You know, especially somebody that was heavy most of their life, and then all of a sudden they decided to lose weight and they became athletic. Well, they had to love themselves even then. They loved themselves enough to get on the health journey and lose weight. You get what I'm saying? But it all starts with the foundation of loving you. I have met people, y'all, that are heavy, you know, and society will look at them and say they're this, they're that. But I have met heavier women or heavier men, y'all, just talking to them. The confidence is out of this world that you don't even look at their size. Because the confidence is just so on point. You don't even look at their size at all. You look at the person. That's why some people say, oh my God, I wonder, how can he be with a big girl? Or how can she be with a big guy? It's the confidence. That's right, Star Lover. Absolutely. Yes. Encompass. Yes. A lot of times people don't need, when you get to a place, y'all, I don't care what size you are, whether you a size 0 or a size 30, whatever. When you get to a place in your life where what people say about you don't matter at all, and you're taking so much care of yourself that you got this confidence. You got this glow. When you walk, it's like you walking on air. You're not supposed to be like everybody else. Everybody can't be fat. Everybody's not going to be skinny. Everybody's not going to be tall. Everybody can't be short. You know, it is what it is. So you got to work with what you got. If God made you to be 5'5", well, you better be the best 5'5" that you can be. If God made you to be 6'1", well, you better be the best 6'1" that you can be. I'm just saying. You're not for everybody. And if somebody say you too fat for them, screw them. If they say you too skinny for them, screw that. You don't have to put up with that because they rejecting you. That ain't rejection. That's you being protected from a jerk. You being protected from somebody that's gonna mess around and they gonna get what they think they want and they gonna see what that's about too. Because they're superficial. And once they see what that's about, they might try to spin the block. But you need to be so confident and so good with yourself that you don't even see them. They in the rear view mirror. You driving forward. You left them in the dust. Don't let nobody come. They disrespect you, dish you, and then they want to spin the block. Hey, Star Lover, that's what happened to me. I was too big, then I got too skinny. Realized won't matter what I was, it was never good enough. Yeah. That's right, King Vroom. Yeah. We realize things. Nothing's gonna feel good enough until we make it good enough. You gotta start right now today and say, I love me some me. I love me. Fat, skinny, tall, short, black, white, whatever your nationality is. I love me. Boy, girl, whatever. Cause this is the only you gonna get. You're not gonna get another you. I don't care how much you talk about your body, your whatever you got. You can change some things about your body, but even you gonna get to a certain point in your life. Some things you can't change. Thank you so much, Encompass Tarot, for your $19.99. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. You're not gonna be able to change everything on your body. You got to be satisfied with who you are from the beginning. My pleasure. Thank you. You meet a man and he telling you too big. Sis, leave that man where he's at. Leave him where he is. He coming in already trying to control somebody. He coming in already trying to break you down. Let that man go. If you meet a woman and she telling you don't make enough money, let that woman go. She coming in already telling you she's probably going to be a gold digger. She coming in already trying to compare what you got in comparison to what she thinks she may want to have. They already telling you what they own from the jump. They already telling you what they own from the jump. Don't let people come into your life and disrespect you like that. A lot of times people see you doing well and they just want to throw out something. And usually your aesthetics, the way you look, is like the number one thing people will try to do. Whether you're too skinny, you too heavy, or whatever, too dark, too light, they'll try to throw out something. Because everything else, everything looks good on you now. Even your size, even your complexion. They know you look good and you're well put together, but they just want to take a dig at you. And you got to know when people are just trying to intentionally dig at you. And you got to cut them off. You got to be like a pair of scissors. Just cut. Get used to cutting folks off that don't mean you any good. That way you don't have a ton of people around you that are haters. Get rid of them. When they show you that they're disloyal, when they show you that they're not right, you need to be getting rid of them. Stretching yoga, ooze up. Have a wonderful day to all. Peace and joy. Move wise. Thank you, King. I appreciate you. So just know that, y'all. You got to love you. Take your power back. Do great things with your power. Don't allow anyone to disrespect you. You're worth more than that. You're worth more than that. If you don't, if they don't like you the way that you are, they don't have to. But you don't have to keep that person around. What kills me is when people want to try to break you down, talking about your weight, talking about the way you look, whether you're skinny or fat or whatever. But then they want to stick around. Why? If that person is that disgusting to you, why you want to stick around? That's how you know it's a control thing. Think about it. Why they want to keep sticking around somebody that they're saying that they're not really into? It's control. Sometimes your family can do the same thing. It's control. And you got to know how to take care of you. Let people know where you stand and let them go. Take your power back. Don't give your power away to people. They don't deserve it. All right? Thank you so much. Hey, Vera, I hope you'll go back and listen to this message, okay? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate your time. Make sure you like the video and subscribe. Hit your notification bell. If you know anyone else that could benefit from the message, please share. All right? Have a great one, y'all. Remember, you're worth it always. Take care of yourself, love, and light. And we will talk again soon today, okay? Have a good one. Bye, y'all.